We've got an injury update regarding Aaron Reutzel, and it is some good news. He underwent successful foot surgery after suffering an injury during the night before race at Eldora Speedway last Friday. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. And if you haven't seen the wreck, it was absolutely wicked. He was running in second on lap 15. He then clipped the cushion and then flipped end over end while getting into turn one. While airborne, his wing caught the catch fence and turned the car so it landed on its side. He was then hit by Zach Hampton that lifted Reutzel's car airborne, and then seconds later, Steven Snyder Jr. plowed into him, sending his car into the middle of turns 1 and 2. It is a massive, massive impact. Tons of force there. Reutzel exited the car under his own power, but immediately fell to the ground and began crawling away from his vehicle. Clearly was injured. We can see that right here.
We flash past the flag stand, one lap shy. Car into the wall. It's Aaron Reutzel in the 87 and catches the fence. And here comes the 6 of Hampton. Big trouble now in turns 1 and 2.
So wicked hit there.
Aaron Reutzel climbing out of the 87 after a multi-car incident in turns 1 and 2.
Here is the Dirt Vision replay.
Oh my goodness.
So just brutal hit.
Reutzel just kind of tripped over the cushion. The sudden stop there into the catch fence, and then Hampton and Snyder, neither driver with anywhere to go.
So obviously a wicked hit there that he suffered and clearly injured his right foot. We got the report that he was transferred to a local hospital following the accident. And then on Saturday morning, we got this from his team, Merchant Sons Racing. They reported that Reutzel had been discharged from the hospital, but suffered a fractured right foot. We now have a new update. The team posted this over on Facebook saying that he underwent successful foot surgery and that they were very thankful for the support that they were receiving. Specifically, they said Aaron underwent successful foot surgery yesterday to repair injuries that he sustained in his accident. The procedure went as planned, and his medical team is optimistic about a smooth and full recovery. The team did not provide a timeline on when Reutzel might be back in the car, but team owners Brian and Lisa Ridge stated Aaron's determination and resilience are unmatched, and we're confident that he'll be back in the car before we know it. Until then, your continued thoughts and prayers mean the world to him and all of us. Reutzel and his team did receive a medical provisional from High Limit Racing for the series' race at Lernerville earlier this week. Reutzel was awarded 49 points, or the equivalent of finishing in 12th place. He is currently in 3rd place in the series standings, just 25 points behind Brad Sweet, who also received a medical provisional after suffering a concussion and bruising from his own accident in a heat race during the Kings Royal race on Saturday at Eldora. And you can see there, this is what the point standing looks like right now. Brad Sweet has a 12-point advantage over Tyler Courtney. I don't expect to see Tyler Courtney back, given the fact that he underwent successful back surgery. I think it's going to take him probably a lot longer to get back in the car than Reutzel. Reutzel, obviously, 25 points behind. And they already announced that I think GSLZ is going to replace Courtney for the rest of the year as well. And then Rico Abreu there, just 29 points behind in 4th. And then Brent Marks, 84 points behind in 5th. So extraordinarily tight contest here for the High Limit Championship, and they've been putting on a show. They will be back in action for a busy second half of August. They get back to the track on August 15th at Thunderbolt Raceway, and then again at Placerville Speedway on August 16th. It then has 7 races in 11 days, going to Silver Dollar Speedway, Douglas County Dirt Track, and Skagit Speedway. According to the series rules, it is possible for both Reutzel and Sweet to receive an extension for their medical provisional. The rules state this: medical provisionals will be granted to a driver that has an accident with injuries needing some extra days to heal. These provisionals will be granted in a 10-day period, and that driver and or car will receive points for their average finishing position plus 5 spots. After 10 days, the drivers may be granted 1 extension if needed and approved by high limit officials. So I'm not exactly sure how that extension would work. Does it work for just 1 race? Does it work for, is it a 10-day period? I'm not really sure exactly how that would work, but obviously, as I said, they have a very busy schedule here coming up in August with 2 races here on the 15th and 16th, and then 7 races in 11 days for the rest of the month. So extraordinarily busy schedule coming up here for High Limit. It's unclear, again, what the timeline on his recovery will be, but we have seen people kind of get right back in the car after suffering foot injuries. You can point to Carson Hocevar back in 2022. Bob Pockers reported here that Hocevar broke his right tibia at his ankle, had surgery to put a screw in. He got in and out of the truck to NASCAR approval and will practice. As long as practice goes without major issues, he will race. I actually think he set the pole there, but then he obviously spun out, had some issues, and then was replaced by who was it that he was replaced by? Daniel Suarez, he was replaced by. And then he kind of talked about his injury here with front stretch, saying that he obviously had to go through physical therapy to get it back up, but he was back in his truck very quickly after suffering that injury. Now, obviously, every person has different timeframes for when they can recover, etc., pain tolerances, things like that, all kinds of different factors that can go into it. So hopefully Reutzel will be able to get back in the car and is ready to go in August. And it'll just kind of show how tough he is if that is the case. Because when I was kind of looking around, seeing what kind of timelines were for foot injuries, especially after foot surgery, I saw anywhere between 2 to 6 months for full recovery. But obviously, as I just pointed out here, Hocevar clearly hadn't fully recovered and was back in the truck racing almost immediately after he had surgery for his kind of broken tibia right there at the ankle. But hopefully things go well for his recovery, and he's very serious with it, does all the PT stuff, gets his foot strengthened back up, and is back in the car sooner rather than later. So we get to see a whale of a championship hunt here between him, Brad Sweet, Rico Abreu, Brent Marks, Justin Peck, etc. Really looking forward to seeing what these guys bring here towards the second half of the High Limit Racing series. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.